Hello, everyone. I am back again. Going to take some questions on the new monetary system that I and others have initiated. So I'm open. Put your questions in the chat and we will begin. So I have a couple questions first, though. One is, if you may, are you seeing my posts? Are you? Do you feel that on my Facebook timeline, if you're seeing all that I am posting? I just got to look here to find the chat. Okay, here we are down here. Hey, Mike, brother. Yeah, we miss you too. And Linda, hello. Just doing. So, one of the questions I have up there is, as I said, do you feel you are seeing all of my posts? And Jasmina says, yes, she does. Um, Let me say, um, one of the things is with this new monetary system for humanity, it's the absolute ultimate solution in freedom. And we have so far perhaps only over 2,000 uh, signatures to support it, when actually it should be going viral, and we've kept it so simple. And it's just like a vote, if they wish to support it. And there is no obligation with it. And, it's like a poll, except it's a lot more. This is the greatest gift for every individual ever upon the planet. And it is kind of funny, how it's not yet taking off the way it should. And it is hilarious, with the forces that wish to censor things as well. But ultimately, it takes off, and all of the censoring forces get revealed for what they are as well. But it's a hilarious game with that. So I was just curious um, if you were seeing my post. Now I have another question for you. Um, let's see, I'm just getting used to this new dashboard a little bit. My next question for you is, do you see in my feed, in my timeline here on Facebook, I put out the Telegram post. Hello, Wolf. I put out the post sharing our channel on Telegram for the Global People's Monetary System. I only saw, I think, 3 or 4 reactions on that. So, are you seeing that post that I just put out? That one, and also I put out a fundraiser for our website. I shared from Christina a few hours ago as well. So I'd just like some feedback if you're getting, uh, seeing those posts, if you will, and that will be great. So, anyone have any questions on the new monetary system? Just need to get your questions up here where I can see them. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, so you folks are seeing the questions then, but perhaps certain individuals see all of them. So Robin says it kept stopping and stalling my last live, but I had felt I had a good one. How's this one going, Robin? Is this stalling for you, or is it going okay? Give me some feedback on that. Thank you. And love and light to you, Johnny from Denmark. Good to see you, brother. So what we are also looking for, we need more contributors to come in to assist. And contributors are volunteers that come into the global people's monetary system and to begin sharing and promoting, getting the information out there. So it's pretty simple. What we wish to do with the website is to get this choice in front of every man, woman, and child upon the planet, just so that they can vote, if you will, their support. So it only takes 30 minutes for ones to read it. And again, the comparison chart on the website is one of the great things to look at. So you compare this new monetary system that we, the people all together, will create with what you have now. And really, there is no comparison, meaning that this, again, is the ultimate. And, it's absolutely very real that the people can create this. And we can do it in as little as a few months, as long as we get the vote and the support from humanity. And really, again, it's absolutely ludicrous and preposterous if we don't get it. And having said that, I fully believe we will. It's part of the divine plan. And earlier today, like I asked Father again, it doesn't seem like it's the word is getting out there or it's registering much yet. And I had anticipated that we just leave it drop perhaps for a bit, but Father says no, keep going forward with it. So Mike says the idea of signing can be seen as signing a petition. Absolutely. Um, just getting back to it. It's important to mention. Yeah, I feel as people are not keen on signing things, but when it is a petition, it is different as it is an idea they support. Yeah, absolutely, Mike. And that's why we're saying like this is a vote, or as you're saying, an idea to fully support. But it's more than an idea because it brings it into existence. It enacts the law as well to secure it and to bring it into the full fruition. But yeah, thanks for that. So that is a good way to present it. And, for anyone watching, what Mike suggests is to give it to your friends as an idea. Yeah, because that is what it is, to support it. Show your support as well. And we also, as the awakened communities, each one knows you've been awakened for a reason. You've been fighting, if you will, for a reason as well. And, this is what, this is the new, it's created. And this is what you've been fighting for once this transition gets done. And this is where we're going. So it's here laying right on your plate. It's right on your doorstep. So for everyone. But what we need is the awakened community also, we need a lot of them to awaken to recognize this. So we actually need the awakened community to awake a notch, a step further, to wake up to see this for actually what it is, the ultimate solution. So, anyone, if you're already a contributor on our website, would you give some feedback with any complications that you might have incurred while visiting the site? Or if you became a contributor, if any complications with that, if you understand everything correctly, and if you feel you are um, participating and assisting where you can. I'd love to hear some on that. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for this, Angie. She says she's also surprised at the low number of autographs. Absolutely. Um, she says her 16-year-old son balked when he had to give his email. That also surprised me. Yeah, it needs to be recorded, so we need to have the email. With that, Angie, and anyone else that is listening, for the all intents and purposes of this, just create a new email account just for this, where you can receive your documentation where you signed it. That will suffice. So you don't need to use your current personal email account. Just create a new one. Matter of fact, that's excellent that you brought that up, and I'm going to, write that down, and I will put this out as information. So, so we will do that, and that will eliminate anyone's reserves or excuses to not signing, because you can do that so very quickly. And okay, Kev Strong, thank you. Kev says, will the old system and the new system run alongside of each other? Kevin, what I anticipate will occur is yes, you'll have the old system in the new blanket system over it, but the old system has to comply and give in to the new system. So there's a very swift transitional period there if we do go into transition, but more or less there will be, yes, a transitional period. I don't see right at this time, unless we have a total reality reset, why there would not be that transitional period. And the transitional period is all prepared for by just redeeming into the new system your existing money, your wealth, and your currency, and put it into this one system. So, and also you have, like, there will be the transitioning of the essential workforce, essential jobs, as well as we transition into the new reality. So you'll have parallel to each other but interconnected as is the forward direction for ones to go in. We've got it simple that even children can understand it, so it's there in their face. It's the matter of getting this simplified understanding of it into their face letting them, if it takes a half hour, that would be ample time just for them to make a choice for this. And that would suffice, a half hour for anyone just to sit down and relax and have their mind in a neutral state, or it doesn't really need to be in a neutral state. Just to say, yeah, I support, like Mike said, the idea of it. I vote for it. It says if people aren't aware or are afraid to move the system. Uh, yeah, no, more or less what you're saying there is what I just answered with that part of the question. Will it actually come into fruition? Yes, Kevin, it will come into fruition. It is imminent. It is the ultimate solution for humanity. The thing is the timing on it. We wish to get it done as soon as possible. So my direction and what I fully believe, we can have it done in a matter of months. The only uh, stumbling block or obstacle right in this now is getting the word out there. And we need more contributors to disperse and distribute the word. And having said this, I suggest to use your email, your private messages, and whatever way you can to get this word out. You know, on the social medias, there's still some censoring there, which is limiting our reach. So we strongly suggest for everyone, you know, just to volunteer to get at least the website and the idea to as many friends and family and children as possible, so we get the signatures out there, but then also to get them to pass it forward to others, and even by word of mouth, and that way we circumvent, you know, this early obstacle by the censoring. And it's very good to see this censoring because we will use this in the near future, like with Facebook or Twitter or who's ever censoring it, to quickly implode them by revealing their insidious or nefarious attempt at concealing this ultimate solution for the people. And what it also does, it incriminates, let's say, Facebook and Twitter further, and it blatantly reveals their inhumane practices, and it becomes an easy sell by quickly showing this to the others that may be indecisive or have not heard it down the road. So you have a billion people with the actual proof in their hands. You know, look what social media, mainstream media has done. Well, all that contributed, or all of the employees with, you know, Facebook and Twitter and journalists at the mainstream media, you know, they have brought upon themselves a great judgment that they have actually created. But it's for our benefit as well, to reveal and expose and also to eradicate those sort of, let's say, social platforms and mainstream media for the future. You know, as it's going on now with in the world, it's all being exposed, the mainstream media and their intent and the government's intent. It's worldwide, so it's great. Uh, so what else do you say here? People seem to be stuck in the old paradigm, and to even mention this to people I know makes them view me like I'm on drugs and need a reality check. Yeah, he says I'm at a loss as what to do. Yeah, Kevin, you know, just tell them it's an idea and it's a choice. And yeah, just keep it very simple. And you can just say, like, uh, banks and governments, well, mostly banks, but governments as well, they just created the money out of thin air. They didn't actually earn it by working anywhere. They created it. But, you know, let's say they're humans. and they created the money. So we can as well because we're human. We're the same. They are no better than us. So the idea just has to change. So it's better, for everyone to activate their own money and create it like 7 billion or 5 or 6 billion people just create their own money so they have everything instead of that couple thousand, 100,000 that was creating and controlling all the money, if that assists. So great, thanks, Kevin. Mike says again, compare the two ideas and see what one will choose. Yeah, and I just did a video earlier, with that comparison for about an hour, and Nay had did a comparison video that I had shared perhaps a month ago, but the views on it didn't go anywheres. And it's a straightforward thing when you compare. Like anyone would not to choose it. It's absolutely ridiculous to think of anyone not choosing it. So they'll get it and wake up to it. They don't even need to be awake, so I shouldn't say that. I mean, it's a simple, what you could call 3D choice, like Mike, you're saying with a petition, just to support an idea, and we've kept it that easy for them to do. So Don Bowers says, divine love cannot and will never have a conditional measurement. Sovereignty is one energetic union, blowing smoke up the conditional ego mind. So, with the sovereignty, Don, uh, ones need to be careful to the extent of the sovereignty you have, because that can also be a separation with the unity of all together very quickly. That accomplishes many things, and consciously also it is created. For example, once everyone gets on board with this new, consciously this old rapidly implodes. It cannot be kept intact because the consciousness and the belief no longer supports it, so it rapidly implodes. So there's many that have been on the sovereignty path, retaining their own, or let's say creating their own sovereignty from the system. But this is the next step now, where we create the complete harmony for everyone. So now it's not about the sovereign self anymore. It's about that declared sovereignty from the systems uniting and to transition and create the new. Uh, okay, here's Sella. Maybe if it was put from the point of view of a question, would you like to be away from the Rothschild's tyranny? Um, the thing is with that is that many, the unawakened ones, don't know what the Rothschilds were yet, and many of them don't know the tyranny. However, they are quickly learning it, by seeing it in all of the governments. It's worldwide, and even what you would call the most perhaps democratic free countries, you are seeing the insanity by the decision, um, the governments that are making the decisions. So it's just so blatant, for everyone at this time. And even though we know how the banking systems and the banking cartel worked, you could spend a lot of time, and you don't wish to, I don't wish to complicate things in that direction. We just simply want to put the idea, the choice in front of a person, quickly get their signature because we need to collect the signatures and get that voice created as soon as possible. So we really don't wish to train anyone, and we don't wish to take the time to train ones in sovereignty or what have you. That's not what this is about. It's about getting that simple word out to everyone, for everyone to take a half an hour to look at it, see if they love the idea and support it. Once we get the voice, then we take the voice towards all people on the planet, any governments, if they're still in existence by that time, and any banks as well. And they're given the choice, and do they wish to support the people or not? And, very quickly, that they have no choice if they're in existence but to comply with the voice of the majority of the people upon the planet. So, I don't know what you mean. Don says enough is enough. Absolutely, with the old. And love is not a signature by any means. Perhaps you wish to expand upon that, Don. I don't fully know what you mean with that. So, okay, Mia says you signed for your 6-year-old son, but did not receive any confirmation by email that the vote had been recorded. Check your spam folders, everyone, when you go and sign, because it may come into your spam folders or your junk mail. So just go in there and check, and you should receive the confirmation from there. Don Bauer says, speak truth. Yes, thank you. And that's what we all do, is speak the truth and get this over with. And as you said, enough is enough. Yeah, that bullshit. And all of humanity must go forward. Colleen as well says you signed and her daughter and didn't receive confirmations. I'll check that out, Colleen. It let you sign again. It may have let you sign again because perhaps where you didn't receive your confirmation uh, for in your email from your first time, that means that it wasn't signed. So when you did it again, um, and where it let you, I suggest check your spam folders now, because there should not be any duplication of anyone signing. But I will check into this. Thank you for that information. So I'm writing this down. Thank you for that input, Colleen. Thank you. Lee says both the comparison videos are on the GPMS YouTube channel. Even the one I did earlier today. Yeah, Lee, if someone or you or someone, if you can put that link into our YouTube channel, also I'll begin to share that with others. And if you can put it in the feed, if that resonates, that'd be great. Thank you, brother. Yeah, and Harry says most people don't want to read more than a paragraph. We try to keep it as short and simple as possible. I know what you mean, but I mean, this is their entire life and their entire future, and they'll read a little bit more to understand it. Thank you. And yeah. Thank you, Jasmina. Many signs there. Yeah. Caroline, separate frequencies, uncertain. What you mean? And I don't know, Don, what you say, very 3D of you human. 3D doesn't exist anymore. We're actually in a 4D space, transitioning humanity into 5D. So Mike asks, reiterate, Rick, why the autograph is needed. The autograph is needed because you are collecting the support, the numbers. So each one's autograph signature is required to create the voice. So where they support the idea, we need to create a voice that is a that is more, at least ideally, more than the population of China, which is the biggest country upon the planet. So when you have this dominant voice, what it does, it gives us the power to begin to change everything and to integrate the phases into the system for the inception. So we need the voice created first, and we need to collect the valid signatures to count them. So as a vote, if you will. But this becomes everyone, when everyone supports us, and we have, let's say, a billion decimal seven, it's a very powerful voice that you have just let's say in terms of population, with China having 1.6 um, people for their population billion, we create a voice 1.7, and we become the most powerful dominant voice upon the planet above any country. And again, with that, that is significant. So this is also why you do not need the majority of the populace of the planet. You only need to outweigh the population of any country. But very quickly you see, upon reaching these huge numbers, that already upon the surface the word has spread very quickly and very rapidly, and with that, you can see within all countries as well that the word is already there to many of the people. So then the governments or what have you can no longer control the people. Like this is, again, the ultimate choice for ones to have. Uh, Yeah, you're saying it's like a show of hands, but in written form as to who supports it. Exactly. You know, we actually have with it a material number, and we say, you know, to humanity, if you will, we have 1.7 billion signatures here that support this new comfortable and free existence for humanity where you never need to worry about money again. And when you have, it also creates a substantial peer effect. You know, when you have a billion signatures onto this and the rest look at it and they say, hey, there's something with this, and very quickly they see how it is their entire full liberation and the guarantee of their free future. So it does so many things. And yeah, very quickly, this will, go viral with it at getting the word out. And this is why, again, we need everyone distributing the word through your methods. So we don't really fully need the internet, because just by word of mouth and showing one's where we have all or any of the resistance, we have them all in a box as well. They cannot move with this. The only thing that they can do is support it and promote it, then they can move with it. But once they began to suppress, they incriminate themselves by their actions in the near future, very near futures. If it needs to be, their justice comes. And when you have the fact checkers and um, algorithms, all of this, that are applying this as part of a censorship, they have crimes to pay for in the near future. And, that's looking on the 4D level. When you look on the 5D and above with this ongoing ascension occurring, that is divinely supported and ascertained to take humanity forward. Nothing stands against that. Not Bill Gates or Facebook or anything on the planet, not even what you would call the reptilians. Nothing can stop this. This is divinely ordained to go through. So, and it does. Yeah, so everyone, if you're listening to this and you have hours to volunteer to promote everything about the monetary system, please, on the website, put in your skills on the contributor form. If you browse around the website, you will find the contributor form and fill your skill. Just put in your skills that you have, and then very quickly, as you come in to assist in the multiple teams we have, you are allocated or allotted to just the right place where you have the ability to assist and where you'll have the most fun with it, and it's what you want to do. It's in alignment with you to assist all of humanity, yourself, and your family, of course, by getting the word out there. So sign up, with the contributor form. It's all volunteer, everyone, and we're just coming together to assist. And you can assist. The main thing is getting the word around. Just spread the awareness on this is so important. But we do need ones, contributors with administration and um, some of the marketing in it, and social media teams that incrementally keep getting the information out there to keep it going so that we get it viral. So if everyone assists with this, the quicker we get it done. So, for example, we have over 2,000 signatures so far. If everyone daily, with just taking a few minutes to get the word out to 10 other people, well, very rapidly the numbers are going up and it will fan out to get the signatures. So we need to put that effort, as a team in there as well to get this going for all. And what I'll say, believe um, just speaking for myself, I don't need to do this at all. If I was only just human, or even if I wasn't doing this, I can manifest everything I need for myself. I could be if I was only human and everything was just, I could be a multi-millionaire, but this is not about the money. I can survive anywheres off of anything. This is about all of the people of the planet that don't have the ability to manifest and create like us. And again, this is what the planetary mission is for those of you that's awake to assist with getting this divine plan into place. And that is truth. And so we need contributors and volunteers. We need more of you in there to assist with getting the word out, please, and thank you. So yeah, Lee's confirming that yeah, if you don't get a confirmation when you sign it, if you don't get a confirmation in your spam or junk box, because that's where most of them are going, just contact contact us through the button on the web page where you can contact and let us know if you are incurring any difficulties. Thank you. And Harry says, isn't it 1.7 billion signatures make them have to listen to the people? Yes, but it's even a lot less than that. See, as we transition forward with getting the inception, what's occurring is the old is rapidly falling, very rapidly. So, we may only need to get to 1 billion of signatures, and then very rapidly within hours or even a few days that it goes from 1 billion signatures to 5 billion. It can fan out that quickly. So the voice is created, and it is the majority voice. If you look at, numbers around the planet, it was 1% of the population was controlling the monetary system and everything upon the planet. Well, that leaves the other 99%, which is the majority, with being suppressed and what have you. So it's a no contest with this, and it is inevitable when it comes. So Chelsea says, if not already completed, suggest to create a dictionary that you certify your definitions of each word used in your created documents for continuity of communication and positive performance and intention in the low space. Thank you for that suggestion, Chelsea. I wish to keep things as simple in the layman's terms to get this to the public and to keep things simplified. For the most part, the awakened community. Um, I wish for them to come from the perspective that we don't need to be so picky, in particular with the wording in this. Uh, for the awakened ones, their perspective should be easily, they should be awake enough to readily identify what this is, the common goal, and know that this is being done by the people. So if there is some touchy words like global or what have you that's in there, uh, just push that aside. And, if that's on the cover of the book, look into the book because, again, the old adage, you cannot judge a book by its cover. So have them look deep. But thank you for that. And, I always wish to keep things as simple, especially where a child can read and understand it. So, yeah, and it's a great practice with this. This is like a one time thing, and the main thing is to collect the voice, make it as simple as possible so ones can make the choice quicker and easier. So, Jasmina says, people no longer trust anyone, will not sign. Well, Jasmina, what are they going to do? I mean, they have to trust someone in something. And, this is all up front with everything, and it's the full harmony. They have nothing to lose by signing it. And you say they think there is another spam in the row. Um, no, no, there is nothing to lose by them signing this. As I said earlier, they can just make a fictitious email account to get it signed with the real name and save that. So there is no spam into it, and it doesn't matter if there's not trust uh, there or not in their beginning. It's just to support the idea and to make a vote. Um, so it's yeah. Once they give it the benefit of the doubt, the hard to get ones where their consciousness may not be rate high, if they look at it, and they say to themselves, here's the comparison, and what do I have to lose? Look at how everything is out there now. Then it becomes um, what I like to say, not a difficult choice at all. So I don't see it that way, and but thank you for that. Ah, okay, Harry Chella. Thank you. I didn't know how to fully pronounce that. Oh, okay, but Helen's good as well. Thank you. Whew. Thank you, Lee, for putting that in. So anyone listening, just look in the chat, and Lee has put the link in for anyone wishing to contribute, get involved, and there's the form there. You can contribute uh, on there, and also if you're there, if this is your first time viewing and you look at the site and you love to support the idea, please get your consent in there. Uh, Sign, autograph the form, and let all your friends and family know. Thank you. Jasmina says how many signatures we have. It's over 2,000, and really it should be more than that. If you look at my who follows what I put out with uh, at least being registered 12,000 followers, and there is a lot more that just check in. Uh, really, we should have been up what I anticipate around 20 or 30,000 signatures by this time. So again, it's been very obvious how in the beginning this word has been suppressed because ideally most would support this common goal. And when you look at all of what they call the awakened communities and the spiritual communities, once each individual just has a look at the plan, takes a half hour, if you will, um, it becomes very clear that this is it. It's the new heaven. It's the new paradigm, the heaven upon the planet. It's the harmony and bringing everyone together. The prophecies all align with this. Your religions all align with this time. So when you look at all of the beliefs of the people, this is all in alignment with what we are creating. This is it. It is for the people. So, having said that, I'll move a little bit long further. Neil Devaney. Hi, Neil. Good to see you, brother. It says the shift that we expect later this year will happen from within in all people who are aspirants for ascension. And this will reshape the reality on this planet forever. Uh, uh, Yeah, so it's what Neil has put there is really not a question. It's a statement and a comment. But the shift, what occurs is, very quickly, once we have enough people supporting this idea. But as we go forward just now, the shift has already begun with a few thousand signatures. And the more this expands and go viral, it is creating the much huger shift as well. And one of the biggest things with this plan, it eliminates all stress uh, in the financial ways from humanity, and it also eradicates all worry, and that is so important because stress and worry and things like that are of the fear are a density. It keeps humanity able to be suppressed. So where we take this, they raise up in vibration, and also their consciousness begins to open because it is the fear and the density that keeps the veil down on them that they can't see. It keeps their judgment clouded because of the stress. And so once we alleviate that, yes, it's inevitable. It's the huge conscious evolutionary shift forward for humanity. And for us, it's easy to sit here and for I and look how really easy the solution is, and to see how one's it's interesting to see how some cannot even see the solution yet. But again, we kept it as simple that even the children, the advanced children that are here on the planet, are easily, which are many and most of the children, can readily identify with it, what it is. So it's great. Thanks for the comment, Neil. Yeah, it's where we're going. Well, people, Harry Shelley, people don't want to make an email, it's fine. See, because, you're looking at perhaps only, let's say a few people, let's say maybe only 10,000 people out of, several billion. The thing is, for the people that are poor, which is the majority upon the planet, they will take this choice right away and support it. So, you have many different groups and beliefs and ones with different fears. But the thing is that not all of them have these fears, and they might just be small minority groups. But again, once we get the big voice, these ones will overcome their fears and they'll just say, yeah, I'm just supporting it with my email. So these things are overcome as we go forward with it. It opens up as we keep going forward. The fears of this being a scam or what have you, which it's not. There's no way that anyone could derive that connotation from it, but or that perspective, and very more quickly they see. Jasmina, they don't believe that such a thing is possible. Well, that's, don't exert yourself, give it to ones, and the ones that are supposed to believe it will, and they'll open up. Well, that's great. I've been on here about an hour. Femke and I believe. Just, to wrap it up, everyone, just evaluation of it, like it's the ultimate solution um, for all of humanity. So meaning that it does come into full fruition. And we get the word out there. We like for it to free humanity sooner. In a few months would be idea, but uh, whatever it takes to divinely do it. And again, as I mentioned this morning, a consultation with Father again has said, just keep going forward, keep on with this. And that is the divine direction that I have. And let's say it's confirmed also and resonates with everything in this physical realm, because everything's been set up for this time. So this is the direction. All in the RV, Jasera, Nasara groups. What I wish to say, if it's any of you watching this, you've seen dates come and go. And one of the reasons is because of the reliance on a specific few to do and to enact things that are part of the old systems. And, there comes a time when enough is enough with that. And to unite and join together and get it done ourselves. Don't rely on anyone else to do it, and especially within the old legal systems or the old constitutions. None of that works. It's been recently done. I love to use Serbia as an example. They did it with their old constitution, and there was only one country, to my knowledge, upon the planet that recognized that through their constitution that they had lawfully, the people, taken over. And where it was not accepted by the other governments worldwide, then it still is not accepted by all of the people. But it shows you that the Constitution, the way it was written, it is not a valid document to do it when it's not accepted by the rest of the world. So the only way to create the valid constitution for the people is do not go back and look at any of those constitutions. They were made in another time. You need to get the people all in unity now and then create the one new constitution. That's what serves. You don't want to go back. It doesn't work. It's a waste of time. And it's also a waste of time within the legal systems, making massive lawsuits against banks and all of that, when really with banks, let's take it, when someone makes a massive lawsuit against them, let's say it's even for $1 trillion, what occurs with the bank, or no, let's say $1 billion, it doesn't matter to a bank because a bank creates the money out of thin air. So it's only part of the show and a waste of time in a legal system and in a court battle that is already rigged. But they'll make you believe that you might have won it, and let's say RBC had to pay $1 billion. It's nothing to them because they create that $1 billion in the blink of an eye. So you're actually wasting time doing all of that. And this is why the people needs to create their money themselves and bypass all of that. And you don't need to go into that lengthy work with it. So great. Woo! That's good. Love and light, much peace. Please pass this on if it's informative. This one may not be so much. We're just looking at some things and some questions, but of course it's your choice. So, love and light, much gratitude, and we got this. Have a great